live.
Welcome, people, ladies and gentlemen. We have a lot to talk about here, man.
What do you mean a lot?
Yes, we do have a lot. Folks, we're hoping to do a market update for you guys. Talk about Cardano, talk about Vechain, talk about Ethereum, talk about the Polkadot ecosystem. Kind of give you guys a little bit of an update in regards to what we're looking at for our 1K to 10K challenge, some of the projects we're going to be looking at, that kind of thing.
Sir.
Yeah, man, there's a lot to talk about here. What do you
So many
want to
things.
start off? Should we talk about kind of the Elon Musk news? Give a brief update on
Who
that.
cares about Elon, man? Who cares about Elon right now, I guess? But we definitely have to talk about him because he caused a bunch of, a lot of frenzy in the market right now. So, yes, let's maybe start, recap what we did in the morning. Talk about Bitcoin for a bit. Talk about just overall general market update. If you guys have any questions, I see the chats are already popping, man. There's a bunch of questions that came up already. So
What are people saying? What are people saying?
all right, let me read. Oh, wow, we already have 98 people watching. So, guys, if you can do us a favor and like the live stream, that would do us. That would actually help us out a lot and helps out other people see the same thing. So, can you go over Vechain? Some say Vechain is done. Who's saying Vechain is done?
Do you think?
Yeah.
Let me ask you your sincere, genuine opinion.
Huh.
Do you think VeChain is done?
Um. Why? Like, what's bringing up that question? That's what I would like to. Is it
Well,
because
we didn't
the
like
market's
we
dumping?
yeah that we corrected. Don't we like panic sell whenever there's a correction? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? Like
Look,
buy the
man.
green, sell the red.
Look, man, it's very subjective whether this thing is done or not, So, but to me, it's not. I'll tell you that much. That's where I'm ending it.
Wait,
There's
are
no
you
way.
trying to tell me you're not supposed to buy high and sell low? Wait, is that what you're telling me right now? You're trying to convince me, you're trying to make me think that somehow the game here is to buy low and sell high? Is that what you're trying to tell me here?
That's. I think you reversed it, man. I feel like majority of people have been buying high and selling low, and that's a problem.
But
That's
you're saying the goal is okay. If I can
yeah.
just try and like
Yeah, wrap your
define
head
this
around it.
clearly,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
wrap my head around
Yeah.
this concept.
Go ahead.
I think maybe what you're maybe perhaps inferring here is that one should buy low and sell high.
I think that could be profitable for sure.
Dude, I think
That's where
you're
it is.
on to something with this. I think we need to really chase this idea.
So there you, so there you go. That's the answer for your question. Extreme critique. Can you go over VeChain? We'll definitely look at VeChain. This NFT is lit. Which one? Hey Jay, cool. Good evening from the Emerald Lakes Island, folks. What's up? Good evening, everyone. Good guy. Let's get straight to a Bitcoin up or down. You saw what happened, man. Bitcoin is definitely down. Shiba, kick this guy out. Ricky reaction. Kick him out, man.
There's go gamble in the casino. Go gamble in the casino. Casinos are much more fun.
There you go. So, guys, let's get to it. Let us know whatever you want us to take a look at first, but maybe we'll just start off with a Bitcoin update. Is that are you good with that?
Let's talk about Bitcoin again, folks. We need to understand what's happening with Bitcoin and Ethereum because they lead the market. So let's quickly distill the most important takeaways with Bitcoin and Ethereum.
100%, man. So, we're looking at my stream right now. I'll switch to yours in a second. Today in the morning, we're looking at Bitcoin ranging between, highs all the way here at 51,367, low all the way down at the 46,000 exactly. That's exactly where we found that support. Not a cent above, not a cent below. This is the chart. If you're looking here, boom, you'll see this is exactly what today's price action, low at the 46,000. So it looks like buyers are trying to get in at that exactly at that level. And if we just zoom in a bit, we still have 20. Wow, we actually have 20 minutes for the day to end, man. And it looks like it could be a good candle. So we only need Bitcoin to kind of move above. Are you okay, man?
Yeah, I'm drinking coffee.
Guys, choking, guys.
Sometimes I get too excited and I forget to stop breathing while drinking.
You know what?
You can't do both. You have to pick one or the other. Either breathe or drink. You can't do both.
You can't walk and chew gum at the same time. It's too much sometimes. No. So, look, man, 40.46. So, 0.46% for Bitcoin to actually push above into the closer, would be still under the 50K, but could be just turns the open price and low price and the closing price would be, just a bit a bit bullish, nothing crazy, just a bit bullish. But I'm just telling you, we dropped all the way down here. Buyers came in at the 46, and now we're trying to move above the 50K. Are we gonna close above the 50K by the end of the day? What do you think, man? It's 19 minutes left.
Well, look, I don't know if we'll close above 50K, but we kind of need to if Bitcoin wants to remain short-term bullish. Look, folks, Bitcoin's looking weak. We can't hold above the 50 SMA on the daily. We can't hold above 56,000. We're below the 236 Fibonacci retracement from macro low to all-time highs. We're below volume. We're below $50,000. Bitcoin's looking weak. We're making lower highs. We're making lower lows. Whatever way you slice this, the price action, the market structure for Bitcoin is looking weak. If Bitcoin has any hope of remaining short-term bullish, it needs to hold above $50,000. So until it does that, I think 45,000 and then 43 to 45,000 and then 43 to 41,000 are definitely in the playbook. Those are my two kind of next levels for Bitcoin. If we break down further here, 45, nice peak in volume, and 43 to 41, there were some wicks in those regions. So I think that's 100% in the playbook. And also nothing to be afraid of. That would be a perfectly normal correction. Looking back at 2017, there were several 30% some odd corrections, 35% corrections, 36% corrections. So from all-time highs to 41K would be roughly a 36% correction, which is totally normal and to be expected in bull market. So I'm not the least bit worried if that happens.
What? You're a bull, man. You're shit.
I am a bull.
So
I am a bull.
what are you kind of feeling now, man? What do you think? Where are you? What your heart? Where is it lying?
I'm feeling Bitcoin looks weak, and also what I'm feeling right now is what you brought up. So you brought up 2019, and
You're
while
welcome.
I don't have thank you. While I don't have your stuff drawn here, we can just quickly describe it. So back in 2019 here, I think Bitcoin could be doing something very similar to what we were doing in 2019. When in 2019, we were forming this kind of rising pennant formation. We broke down bearishly, fell back down to retest kind of the base of our pennant here. And only after that substantial correction did Bitcoin go on to explode parabolically. So I think we're forming some very, very similar price action like back over here, where we're forming this kind of rising pennant here. And again, I think you had yours drawn a bit differently. Right. But if we look back here at this cycle, again, this rising pennant.
And I think Brendan's gone here, guys. Can you hear us, or did he just... I think the guy disappeared. Can you guys hear Brendan? No? There's Brendan nowhere to be found. I guess that's what it is right now. Let's see if he could reconnect to us. If that's the case, I'll just switch back to my screen and then we'll continue. There we go. So let me know if you guys can hear me, if this is actually from my end or Brendan's end. Can you guys hear? Yeah, it looks like everything's good. Let's see here. Vechain's dead. Could ETH recover? Could Ethereum recorrect, I guess. So let's see here. Let me know, guys, if you can hear me. I can hear you. Okay, perfect. So this is what we're looking at right now. We'll wait on Brendan to get back to us.
Yo,
are you where'd you go, man?
I'm so sorry.
We already abandoned you. The ship's gone.
I had to deal with something, but yeah, no. Look, where are you at this? So, did you pick up?
We're already talking, just already talking trash. I changed the password for the channel. Things are done. You're out. All right. Well, let's just get back to your screen. Yeah. Just go ahead. Whatever you were saying.
No, just going on to see that, look, we're forming a very similar pattern from back in 2019. We're breaking down from our pennant here. We're just having a bit of a correction. If we don't remain above 50K, I think 45K and then 43 to 41K is definitely in the playbook. And then after that, I think Bitcoin is ready to absolutely blow up. And again, for those afraid that we might have, topped off, for those afraid that the bull market might end, again, we have some charts that have historically done a very good job of calling local cycle bottoms and tops. None of these charts have suggest to us that we've reached some kind of cycle top with Bitcoin. So, and again, if you look at Bitcoin's fundamentals, the supply has never been lower, the demand has never been higher, the use case has never been greater. Bitcoin being a hedge against global inflation. So it wouldn't make any sense for Bitcoin to have reached a top here with the fundamental bullishness and kind of these cycle top and bottom indicators. I just really don't think that Bitcoin stopped off, and any correction we do have and continue to have will just make the next impulse on the other end more sustainable. So this is a very good thing. It sucks while it's happening, but over the long term, we want these corrections. We want these consolidation periods.
There you go. So can I share something with you with Bitcoin right now that I haven't really seen in a minute? If we go to a just a chart and we really zoom in on the price action, I would just say we'll stick the 30-minute here, the 30-minute chart. I think we're seeing some sort of a reversal pattern happen, man. Usually if we are downtrending and we have some sort of a rising wedge, we'll continue to downtrend out of it. And right now it looks like, we have a falling wedge after a downtrend. Could possibly be a reversal pattern. So we need to see how this plays out here, man. But I think that's probably the only bullish thing just from the chart itself that we could be looking at. I don't know if you agree or not. That's just something I just noticed right now. But if you're zooming in on the price action overall, this is the first time. Usually when Bitcoin falls, you'll have something like this, right? You'll have some sort of a so we'll fall down like this, then we have another leg up, then we continue to go down and have a rising wedge formation or ascending triangle, fail to break out of that, just come back down here and continue to fall. This one right here is if you neglect this wick in the bottom and just take where the closing price was at and that first impulse down, we could have a reversal pattern, man. So hopefully if Bitcoin actually ends up breaking outside of that, then that could be a good thing. And I think buyers would be looking at the same thing. And it's pretty clear on the 30-minute that this could definitely be some sort of a reversal pattern. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for Bitcoin here, I guess. If that's the case, if you would want, we can continue to Vechain. Maybe Vechain first.
Yeah, talk about Vechain, sure.
Yes,
100%.
Sir.
So, folks, look, for those, if I can maybe just begin sharing some thoughts here.
Yeah.
For those who know me, for those who've been following the channel, you already know what I'm about to say here. The 200 EMA on the 6-hour for Vechain has historically been the support level for Vechain, the level that we held as support after a correction, the level where we stopped correcting historically. So we tested the 200 EMA on the 6-hour. We held the 200 EMA on the 6-hour. The previous daily candle held it as support. This daily candle seemingly might hold it as support as well. To see this daily candle closes within the next 12 minutes. If we can hold above this blue line, then again, Vechain is looking good, folks. If we could just kind of zoom out here and examine, Vechain's historical price action, different pairings will display the 200 EMA a bit differently, but we can see here how the 200 EMA was a very relevant support level for Vechain. And I hate how when I look at different charts, the 200 EMA will actually be placed in slightly different places. So on this chart, it doesn't call it quite as well, but on different charts, and you guys can look at the videos, it called it a bit better. So that's just something to look out for. Actually, see, this is strange. See how this yellow line hugs the price action,
right,
and this blue line is further away. They're the exact same EMA, so I don't know why it's doing that.
Maybe which one's the other one?
These are both the 200 EMA on.
But that one you have the moving average, yeah, not the EMA, the first one.
No, that
right.
That might have something to do with it.
That could be it.
That could be it. So, yeah.
So yeah, man.
So let's take a look at the at the right one, and you guys will see what I mean.
That's good.
So there we go. Here we go. Here we go, folks.
Boom.
Right there, that yellow line. There we go. And if we look at the price action here, again, we're holding it as support. So, during our earlier live stream, I said if one was interested in getting the Vechain and looking for a place to get in, I would literally be buying right now at the 200 MA on the 6-hour, with the understanding that it's of course possible that we could break down further. And look at that, we're holding it as support. This daily candle closes in 10 minutes. If it closes the way it does now, then I think Vechain could have bottomed out.
You know what it is. I like that. No, I see what you mean. Same thing here, man, on my end. We said the same thing here, guys, in the morning. Vechain is completely following Bitcoin's price movement at the moment. Maybe if I just show here what I'm talking about. So you'll see here, this is Bitcoin on the bottom, guys. This is Vechain. Extremely, extremely similar the way this is actually playing out at the moment. If we go in inputs, Binance, Bitcoin, USDT, you'll see that literally just following Bitcoin's actions. But if we're looking at something maybe like Solana, for example, you'll see there's a bit of differences that happen. If we go maybe to the 12 hour, something like that, you'll see that sometimes when Bitcoin is actually dumping, Solana is maintaining, right? And when Bitcoin is going up, Solana is also going up. So there are altcoins that are buyers' favorites, where buyers have some certain more appetite than other coins. But VeChain at the moment looks like that's following exactly Bitcoin's price movement. And if we go and zoom into lower and lower time frames, I guess the main question we're getting asked is VeChain, is VeChain dead? It's not.
No, definitely not.
It's no. So if that's the case, then you probably maybe don't understand the value that the cryptocurrency market and sector overall is bringing to the table. The biggest thing you at least maybe need to understand is that regulations are probably needed for a crazy market like this, and it will help in making the market mature. So regulation has always been something that drove the price action down. A lot of people, always anything that happens with the government, I guess, when it comes to crypto is always a bad thing. But then again, that's what I'm saying, man, because everybody talks about institutional, adoption and all that stuff, but we got to understand institutional adoptions comes with, regulations. These guys can't just like dabble in a market that's so not regulated and just that's a known fact. So accept a lot of regulations to come in. Binance at the moment is already getting probed by the U.S. government, by IRS, trying to see, what they didn't accuse Binance of anything, but I think this is the article right here. Yeah, Binance is facing investigation from the IRS and DOJ. So Bloomberg reports that Binance is under investigation by the U.S. Department of Justice and the Internal Revenue Agency Service. And there's a bunch of stuff for you here to read. There's nothing that's being accused, but it's more like, show us the receipts, show us the paperwork. We need to take a look at what you're doing because we see the growth. And we just need to regulate it. So guys, don't be scared of regulations much. Obviously, it affects all your gains and all that, but it's good for the crypto market to sustain itself over the long term. If you want institutions to start coming in, you need regulations. It would be naive of you to think that regulations are not something that will actually drive the market up later on. That's what the big investors need, security, before they come into a very, very volatile and crazy market as this. So use cases, VeChain does a good job. We already see that. We know in terms of, supply chain demand, they're being involved in a bunch of projects outside of this, market here, outside of the chart. It's not dead. It could be dead though, right? So don't take my words for granted, but it's they're working, right? So,
well, here's the thing. If you want to know whether or not I think VeChain is dead or not, there's 153 people watching this live stream. There's only 45 likes. I suppose that means the vast majority of you guys don't like this live stream, don't like us, don't want us to continue mentioning low cap gems because we got a few beautiful low cap gems. We want to talk about the potential going on with the Cardano ecosystem, with the Polkadot ecosystem, some low cap gems in each ecosystem. Folks, do us that favor, smash that like button. It really helps us out, helps out the channel, helps out with YouTube, with the YouTube algorithm. So folks, do us that favor, hit that like button. So man, look, there's a few goings on here. Also, for the people who are asking, is this the end of VeChain? I think those people just really do not understand the nature of markets. Folks, you need to understand there's an ebb and flow to crypto. Whenever there's a pump, there's a dump. Whenever there's an impulse, there is a retracement. It always happens. Even in bull runs, nothing goes up forever. Corrections and consolidations are needed and to be expected. Do not be surprised. Look at this: impulse, correction, or consolidation. And again, folks, we've had a massive impulse, and so we're now having a substantial correction consolidation phase. The greater the impulse, the greater the correction and consolidation. This is nothing to be afraid of. VeChain is definitely not dead. This is extremely common. So, just understand the nature of markets. The greater the impulse, the greater the retracement. Doesn't mean VeChain's dead. VeChain just needs a bit of correction and consolidation. I'm still very long-term bullish on VeChain here. Ultimately, for me, What I want to see with VeChain to start seeing bullish continuation is get above 21.5 cents, really 22 cents. If we can get above 22 cents and hold that, I think VeChain is ready to see moves to the upside. Until then, we got a lot of resistance above us, but we're holding support on the 200 MA on the 6 hour, which again has been historically the support level for VeChain. I've been saying every single video, every single live stream, if VeChain ever retested the 200 EMA on the 6 hour, that is exactly where I would be looking to buy into VeChain if I were so inclined, if I want to, if I hadn't already been in VeChain for quite a long time. So
no, definitely.
Those are my thoughts with VeChain.
I agree. No, I agree. That's what it is with VeChain. I think again, guys, we always say the same thing. Once we're falling heavy like this, we always need to find some sort of a pattern. So maybe because we've been doing this all day, maybe we don't usually zoom in so much into the price action. Me and Brendan try to trade and all that. We definitely look all the way down to the 1 minute to 30 seconds sometimes, if we want to trade. But right now, just so we can actually zoom in on the price action, because it's actually such a critical point at the moment, I think the 30-minute paints a very good picture, specifically for VeChain. Every time we actually dump like this, right? If we are going, maybe if I go and show you the 4 hour, this is what we're looking at. This was the formation. You probably know by now, but we dropped, came back up to retest this previous high, and now we're seeing, are we going to continue to pump above or no? So once we steeply drop like this, we always zoom down to the low time frames and try to identify a sideways, some sort of a range on the side. Same thing as this. As soon as we start, we know we're downtrending for a while here. You'll see it happen. Go all the way here, then we go sideways, try to identify some sort of range. For example, here, as soon as we break above it, right? As soon as we break above it, you'll see that we come back up, retest, and then continue. So this is the range we identified. Right now, if we're looking at the 30-minute chart for VeChain, I think it's pretty clear what the range that we should be looking at is. So if you do this and put the magnet somewhere here, and boom, I'll just put it in. You know what? Let's just put this overall, and we'll just switch from VeChain pretty quick here. But for the people that are actually heavily concerned, I guess you want VeChain to start breaking above this line over here. So above this line over here, I think that's what VeChain will be trying to find that support, and that's actually resistance, sorry. And as soon as we break above that, I think something like this is what we will be looking at. So, but this is when the price is going to squeeze. If VeChain actually breaks above and goes beyond this, I'll start looking for some sort of an entry at the 19 cent. And but then again for Bitcoin, it's the same exact thing. We need Bitcoin to start moving above this region over here, break above these lines, maybe break above the 49,000 and actually get all the way to the 50K at least and close above to continue or to validate that this pattern is actually some sort of a reversal pattern. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it for VeChain. If you got anything for us more besides VeChain, I think we said everything we want to say, so maybe we'll just jump into this next thing.
Well, I want to say something.
Go ahead, man.
If it's okay. Just to wrap up here with VeChain, I think you're right. I think we're forming a bit of a wedge pattern here in the short term. We're holding our 386 fib as support. We're holding the 200 EMA on the 6 hour support. We're above this cluster in volume at 18 cents. Very good to see. So VeChain could be attempting a bullish breakout here in the short term, although we have many clusters of resistance above us acting as resistance. Our previous macro channel, the lower extremities, will act as resistance. This VPVR volume, just under 20 cents, will act as resistance. This fib level here will act as resistance. So basically, from 19 cents to 21.5 cents, there's a strong resistance zone for VeChain. So if VeChain can get above this, flip all this from resistance into support, then I think at that point, I'd be confident that VeChain is likely than not to retest all-time highs. But until we flip that region, VeChain looks a bit precarious in the short term.
There we go. Perfect.
Yeah. So let's take a look at Cardano, maybe.
Yes, sir. I have the chart pulled up, so we'll start with that. Overall, if you watch the live stream from today in the morning, we're talking about extremely important level, the $1.50. We've been talking about it here ever since beginning of the year. We identified the range where we should be looking at, so that's pretty good. And I guess no one believed in Cardano actually breaking above this guy over here. And that's what we're trying to say always with the market, guys, that it's so dynamic. Sometime tomorrow, you'll find out Cardano had some sort of random partnership with someone in the middle of nowhere, or Mars or something like that. And all of a sudden, the whole market's trying to pump it, right? So, but right now, there's a lot going on with Cardano. We got a bunch of news articles that we shared in the morning as well. I'm not going to go over those, but there's a bunch of developments, especially with the smart contract capability. Soon enough, coming up with the Cardano and the whole ecosystem actually blowing up. I still don't have that screenshot of the whole ecosystem, man. I couldn't find it.
It's on Charles Hodgkinson's. If you look up Charles Hodgkins,
Hey, guys.
I might have Hodgkinson's. I feel like
I feel like there's some sort of disease or something.
Is a condition. Yeah, I might have
100%.
some Hodgkinson's.
There you go.
Now.
But
Yeah.
Soon enough, we'll share that I guess that screenshot as well with you here. But look, Ada, when everything was dumping, look at this, guys. Let's compare it to Bitcoin's action. Broke above, came back to retest right here. This Cardano, Bitcoin is dumping heavy. What is this thing doing here? Just blowing up, setting all-time highs. What is that telling you about the appetite in the market for Cardano? What is that telling you about what investors maybe think about Cardano? Definitely, that's what I was talking about in the beginning of the stream here. It looks like Cardano is also on the list of buyers' favorite. Whenever the market is going down, boom, let's put it into Cardano. Boom, let's put it into Ethereum, Solana, Matic, right? So that's also definitely in the list that you need to pay attention to those small things. As soon as the market starts to move sideways or starts to go down, where buyers typically going to, and it definitely looks like Cardano is actually the winner today. Cardano is definitely moving up. I know you got H-bar, I know you got a bunch of other things, but Cardano is definitely taking the spotlight all over the news, right? So where's this gonna go, man? Where do you think Cardano's going?
Well, folks, Cardano is, so we got to really understand what Cardano is happening right now. So while Bitcoin and Ethereum are tanking, Cardano is making new all-time highs. That's extremely telling about the state of Cardano. Cardano has die hard holders, and we're making brand new all-time highs. Look, man, I'm considering entering maybe even a swing trade on Cardano here, because look, we're doing this 1K to 10K challenge, and we're gonna later on this live stream go through some charts that we're trying to flip our portfolio from 1K to 10K. But look, Cardano is definitely on my radar. Looking at the Cardano Bitcoin pairing, we're very macro bullish. Looking at the Cardano Ethereum pairing, look, I think this is insanely Ethereum, because look, Cardano's been gaining against Bitcoin, but now I think it's Cardano's time to start gaining against Ethereum. Look at this consolidation pattern, how much we've been losing against Ethereum. We are finally breaking out bullishly, and seemingly just now with this new daily candle making a higher high. So I think Cardano looks insanely bullish on multiple fronts. And honestly, man, of course it's possible that at any moment we could have a pullback. That's always possible. But Cardano looks stronger than it looks weaker, and I think it's ready to start seeing moves to the upside.
100%, man. There's a bunch of, even forget about the charts also, right? It's just outside of that. Even, you know what? Maybe, are we good? Maybe just mentioning lately, whatever, the news articles that are out there. And,
please. Yeah.
Are you? Do you grant me permission here, sir?
You have my permission.
All right, appreciate it.
And don't call me sir.
Sure, man. Sure. Where are we sitting? Where are we sitting in terms of likes here and everything? 76.
We got 76 likes and 174 people watching. I think that means 100 people don't want us to continue. Do you think that's what that means?
I don't know, man. I don't want to assume, but that's how I feel like right now. But it's all good. Let them have it for a bit. We'll let it pass right now. It's okay. Cardano Foundation.
Hit that like button.
Let them know. Cardano Foundation saying ADA is perfect match for Tesla as token defies crypto crash with new all-time highs. Great. After Tesla dropped Bitcoin as a form of payment over environmental concerns, multiple crypto projects start showing off their green cred. Cardano is utilizing the proof of stake consensus, which we know, uses a lot less energy than the energy intensive proof of work consensus, which Bitcoin has and Ethereum's trying to escape from. So Cardano developer Input Output Hong Kong recently linked a partnership with the Ethiopian government to overhaul the local education system, which is believed to be the biggest deployment of blockchain technology to date. It's cute. Cardano, however, is among the very few major coins that have managed to weather the crypto mayhem. In fact, it managed to print yet another all-time highs at the $1.87 at 12 and at 12 o'clock and 12 p.m. UTC on the Kraken exchange. So right now we're looking with Cardano. They have a roadmap. First, overall, they have the staking, multi-asset capability, and decentralization. Soon enough here, the Cardano ecosystem is set to blow up because we're adding the smart contracts feature, or Goguen era, and that's through the first hard fork, which is the Alonso hard fork, and that's what I think that's for this month or next month that they're planning on. I'm not. I didn't really get the full details on that. The most recent update happened on April 1st. Why am I confusing this? Anyway, so this is coming up here within the next couple of months, or this month or the next month. So a lot of positive developments coming up for Cardano's ecosystem. Right now with the whole energy thing coming up from our boy Elon, and just bringing that, shining the light on the environmental aspect of mining overall. Cardano is sliding into Tesla's DMs, man. Did you see that tweet?
I did see the tweet. And there's a lot of tweets we can mention here. One tweet that I think is very worthwhile mentioning is this one right here. So this is the Cardano ecosystem, and I think the Cardano ecosystem is about to blow up, because I think soon the Cardano ecosystem is going to look much like the Polkadot ecosystem, where right now there's lots and lots of Polkadot projects out there, but we're just starting to see the Cardano projects start to come out. Charlie 3, which is an oracle for the Cardano ecosystem. Just starting to come out, and we see here that Charlie 3 is actually saying that the latest whispers are that August is when Goguen and smart contracts is going to come out with Cardano. So in terms of when do you know when to take profits on your positions? Where am I looking to take profits?
Never.
On my Cardano positions? Definitely not never. I am a bull. I do think Cardano is going to continue to go up, but eventually I'm looking to take profits. And one major approach when it comes to taking profits is you buy the rumor, you sell the news. What's a major news event? One of the biggest news events, maybe arguably the biggest news event in Cardano's history, Goguen and smart contracts. That's happening in August. So leading up to August, if we know, smart contracts coming out around then, there's probably going to be an anticipatory run-up leading up to the launch of Goguen. So around August is probably a good time to take profits on Cardano. Of course, that's not financial advice, but that is what I plan on doing. August is the first time I will begin taking profits on my Cardano positions right around when Goguen launches.
There we go. Definitely, man. So that's what's happening, guys. It's a very dynamic market, and we're seeing that happen in front of our eyes. So you got to keep that in mind. There's a lot of news out there for you to actually go take a look at and see. And guess what, by the way? Bitcoin's about 50K, man.
Is Bitcoin above 50K?
Hey, man, that's what I'm saying.
Osama, this guy's the shit. This guy hops in.
100%, man. And I actually fully took it from him. Looks like we're flirting with the 50K at the moment. Yesterday's right now, so the daily candle with Bitcoin did close a bit bullishly. Extremely indecisive day. The whole market, buyers tried to come in, sellers tried to come in, people accumulated, pushed it back up, and literally at the last, not even 15 minutes of this daily candle, we turned it a bit, to the upside, just showing you a bit of jab that buyers are in the market, and this thing's, could be a good thing. So we got to keep that in mind. Let's continue, man. I know you had a lot to say soon here about.
I have so much to say, to be honest. Like, we could go on for hours here. I just want to say Bitcoin holding 50K is good. If Bitcoin can hold 50K, then there's some hope that we won't go to 45, 43, 41, but we need to hold 50. So let's see if that can hold. If it does hold, that's good news. Now, I have a very important question to ask you here, man, and I want your genuine, honest opinion here. I saw a question in the chat here, and I want to know what you think. Is Ethereum dead, in your opinion?
Hey, man, should I try to raise my blood pressure here? Is that what's going on?
Look, man, I don't know. There was a there's a 18% correction with Ethereum, 19%. It must be done.
You know what?
Bull runs over. Wrap it up, boys. Panic sell.
Shut
Buy
it all
the Lambo. Shut her down.
Shut it all down, boys. That's it. It's done. Look, man, it's guys, there is Mercedes, there's BMW, there's Toyotas, There's Hondas. There's a bunch of it's called this the whole like our society thrives on competition, man. There's no Ethereum killer. There's no Cardano killer. They're all gonna coexist at one point. Who's gonna get there first? Everyone's gonna be specialized in something, man, and that's what it is. If you're saying Ethereum's dead, then that's a bit of a problem. I kind of got pissed off right now, to be honest with you. I gotta cool off.
Yeah, so Ethereum's not dead. And look, I agree with you. I think all these smart contract ecosystems, Polkadot, Cardano, Elrond, Silica, Ethereum, there's dozens of them out there. I think they all have their slice of the pie. I think they can all exist together. I don't think we live in a winner takes all, kind of situation. Although with that being said, I do think there's going to be some clear leaders in the space.
Definitely.
I do think Ethereum is well positioned to be the leader in the smart contract ecosystem. Does that mean that Polkadot and Cardano can't exist? No, I think Cardano and Polkadot will continue to exist and continue to do well. But let's not fool ourselves. Let's not kid ourselves. Ethereum is the most well positioned to be the leader moving forward in terms of the smart contract ecosystem. Because look, all these other projects are essentially trying to do what Ethereum 2.0 is trying to do, except Ethereum already has all the users, all the developers, first mover advantage, and the vast majority of value locked in its ecosystem. So while I like Cardano and I like Polkadot and I like Elrond, I like a lot of these other projects, I think they're going to continue to do very well. Let's we got to acknowledge the reality of how well positioned Ethereum is to remain the leader in its niche.
Damn, this guy's an Ethereum fanboy, guys.
I am.
Clearly tell, 100%.
Yeah.
So, Bitcoin's making that move. Buyers are trying to come in. What's next for us here, man? We talked about Ethereum. We talked about Cardano. We talked about Vechain. Do you want to bring up Polkadot, or what do you got?
I would love to bring up Polkadot.
I can see you hovering over that. I see you hovering over it, man. Go ahead.
I would love to bring up Polkadot because, folks, while I love Cardano and Cardano is getting a lot of hype, I think Polkadot has been missing a lot of well-deserved hype. I think Polkadot and the Polkadot ecosystem is very undervalued. And folks, we're going to start making it a point on this channel to start mentioning Polkadot more and more because I believe there's tons of potential in the Polkadot ecosystem. Kusama has been absolutely killing it. I love Kusama. Folks, in our previous live streams, we were talking about Kusama. I let our VIP Discord members know that Kusama was breaking up bullishly out of this channel. And honestly, man, I think Kusama is forming a goddamn bull flag. I think, we moved our Fibonacci retracement here, but that's okay. Ultimately, I think we could see Kusama between $800 and $1,000 in the not too distant future. Oh, dude, 100%. Yeah. Because, dude, this is a textbook bull flag. So if we kind of take the optimistic scenario here and draw the bull flag from the bottom of our impulse to the top, move that to the breakout point, I mean, again, that takes us to just about $1,000. Yeah. So I do think $1,000 Kusama is not unrealistic. I think that's very realistic. And again, for those who don't know, I think I just briefly describe why I'm so bullish on Kusama and Polkadot. Folks, Polkadot is very special because Polkadot has built within it demand that something like Cardano and something like Ethereum don't necessarily have, because the way the Polkadot ecosystem works is that for projects, if a project wants to be a Polkadot project, if you want to be interoperable and scalable and get all the benefits of being a Polkadot project, you need to do what? Do you know, man? Do you know what it is?
Not
what
really. Tell me.
You need to get a parachain slot, either a parathread slot or a parachain parachain slot or parathread slot. And the way you do that is by locking up. You need to buy a shit ton of Polkadot if you want to stake with Polkadot, or a shit ton of Kusama if you want to stake with Kusama, and lock it up in 6-month increments up to 2 years. So Polkadot, I believe, has 100 parachain slots open and coming within the next month or two. Parachain auctions are rumored to begin. So coming in the next month or two, we're going to have dozens and dozens of projects buying up shit tons of Kusama and locking them up for months to years. So folks, tell me what happens when demand all of a sudden spikes out of nowhere, and supply all of a sudden drops like a rock out of nowhere? Can anyone guesstimate here what could happen to price? Can you take a wild guess here, man?
You're kind of scaring me, but I guess like goes up. It goes up.
Price goes up. Look, folks, there's built-in demand. The parachain auctions will start within the next month or two. Look, I really think Polkadot and Kusama have yet to really have a hype wave. Even now, I think Kusama is, somewhat undervalued if you're a long-term holder. Again, of course, you never want to chase, green candles. You never want to chase impulses. Wait for the correction. Wait for the pullback. Buy the dip. But with that being said, I'm extremely bullish on Kusama. And just to start to wrap up with Kusama.
So I have a question for you.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's say I don't know anything about Kusama right now.
Right.
And you seem pretty hyped about it. Right. And you seem that, there's a lot of value. What do I do here? How can I get in properly?
That's a good question. So look, here's the thing. First off, I would probably choose Kusama over Polkadot, number one. Because while I do love Polkadot, I love Kusama even more, because Kusama is a fork of Polkadot. It's a layer on the Polkadot ecosystem. It's the canary chain. So it's basically the same thing as Polkadot, except that's where all the major improvements within the Polkadot ecosystem go to first, the untested improvements to the entire ecosystem. So it's cheaper for projects to get in. And so with that being said, Kusama also has a lower market cap and a lower supply than Polkadot. If we look up Kusama here and we look up what the circulating supply is, it's very low. So the supply is 10 million. What's the supply of Polkadot? It's what is this? 100 million, I believe. Is that 100 million? That is 100 million. Yeah. So folks, Kusama and Polkadot, they do the not the exact same thing, a very similar thing. You have to lock up Kusama for extended periods of time if you want to be interoperable within the ecosystem. So number one, I would just choose Kusama because it's a higher ROI play, in my opinion.
Guys, I'll be honest with you.
Yep.
This guy was talking about Kusama before he even came out, and man, they had that. Was it more of a was it like an IDO or something, or how did people did it get listed on where first? Where did we?
I'm not sure.
Because you were talking about Kusama way before, and you brought it up multiple times to me, man. So definitely something to keep in mind here, man. I agree with you. So auctions are coming up soon. Do you have any specific projects you'd be looking at, and besides or that are gonna be tested on Kusama's testnet or whatever the case might be?
Yeah. So there's a few projects that I like. Cody is one project I like. Okay, Cody receives investment from Cardano's venture fund. So Cody, they do payment onboarding solutions. All right, so I kind of like Cody. The chart looks very interesting as well. We're forming this what could be potential bull flag. We broke out bullish here. We're consolidating a bit here. I think if Cody can get above and hold 40 cents, I think retesting all-time highs is the minimum for Cody. So Cody is one project that should be on your radar. But there's a bunch of Polkadot projects. One I like that I shill a lot is PCX. This is a project that will allow Bitcoin liquidity to move into the Polkadot ecosystem and move into Polkadot DeFi. So look, if you want to do yield things with your Bitcoin without selling, what you do is you plug in your Bitcoin. The Chainx gives you a wrapped version of Bitcoin, and then you can go within the Polkadot ecosystem and you can stake it, you can flip it, you can smack it, you can do whatever you want with it, right?
Whoa.
So that's
all right. Multi-use case.
Yes, there's lots of use cases.
There we go.
Now, unfortunately, I find it very difficult to chart Chainx here. But yeah, no, this is another coin
guys.
I like. The chart is looking a bit concerning here. I'd say if Chainx starts to make new lows below $9, it's very bad news bears. But again, with parachain auctions coming around the corner, that's a giant catalyst. And I think Chainx is one of the projects that's has a good chance of getting a parachain slot.
Yes,
Another
sir.
one just to keep on your guys' radar. Maybe we can do some TA if you want. Fala Network. I believe Fala Network is the privacy chain for Polkadot. Again, there's so many coins. Forgive me if I'm confusing the use case. But yeah, no, it's the privacy layer for Polkadot. So this is another one that's highly likely to get a parachain slot. And maybe I'll just wrap up with this, folks. If we want to know what's going to get a parachain slot, what a project needs to do is connect to Rococo testnet. A project needs to successfully connect to Rococo, and there are publicly available resources that we can look into to see what projects have connected to Rococo. Only projects that have successfully connected to Rococo, the parachain testnet, are even eligible to get a parachain slot. So we need to follow what projects have connected to Rococo. And maybe, man, while you share your 2 cents, I'll try and find that resource that tells us what projects have successfully connected. If that's okay with you.
Definitely. So in the case, while you're doing that, I got a couple of, a lot of people are asking for Nano Vikas. I see you, man.
Let's
Yes,
take a look.
a bunch of times. Ecomi, XLM. What else do we have here? So while you're pulling that up, maybe I have the Nano chart pulled up already. So it'll give you a bit of time to take a look at that. But yeah, this is what we got for... Am I looking at Nano? I'm not. I'm looking at HBAR at the moment. Guess what, man? It hasn't even been 30 minutes for the day to start. HBAR is already up. And guess by how much?
How much?
9%, man.
That's quite substantial.
It's 30 minutes. One USD Kusama's up 2.6%. We're seeing some sort of gains here, guys. So keep that in mind. Bitcoin, let's take a quick look at Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin fell off below the 50K again. So we're just hovering. Let's see how that goes. Expect a lot of volatility, but enough of me talking Nano. If you're going to check Nano right here, where did I have it? I hate when this happens, man. Okay, it's K-E-B, so man. Come on.
Was the chart just loading, or you can't find it?
I hate. Come on. There we go. Found it.
Just look it up, bro. Where is it? You know, you can color.
I literally just
color code these things. So, folks, while Messon's figuring this out, please do us a favor: like, subscribe, comment, share, hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. Every person who smashes that like button is highly appreciated by us because it helps out the channel. It helps out our algorithm. So, folks, it's just something very easy, something you can do in 2 seconds. Smash that like button. There's 200 people watching, only 100 likes. That must mean that 100 of you guys don't like us, don't want us to keep going, don't want us to keep bringing up high probability setups and distilling for you guys the most important support and resistance levels, price targets, and important takeaways. Folks, hit that like button.
So Nano found it finally. So yeah, guys, this is what we're looking at. We had, I guess, a previous high somewhere closer to 7.6 though. I think we talked about this in the morning about it also being extremely choppy, man. So it is nice the way. I'm not really familiar with the actual project that much, but yesterday it ranged between 113% and literally between the $17 and the $8.3 all in one day. So I'll look at the chart, but I'm just letting you know, if you're asking to trade this, I would stay away because this is extremely whippy, and it's scary if you really don't know what you're doing. But let's take a look at it. So what we're looking at right now, we had a previous high somewhere here, $7.76, went all the way up as soon as we broke above that. So if you're looking maybe at the 4 hour, or maybe even less because it's extremely volatile, you'll see here not even. So 1 hour would be probably up. So this is it. Exactly at this point, as soon as we peaked above this previous line, went all the way up, came to retrace, came back to retest, and now we pushed all the way up to the $14. So what is this telling me right now at the moment is that we already know what the all-time highs, the new all-time highs are for this going. But maybe if we zoom out a bit and try to do a bit of a Fibonacci retracement on this price action, a Fibonacci extension to see what was happening so far, I would say that this was a first impulse for this coin. So maybe we'll do something like this over here. Boom, first impulse. Then again, a retracement back to the bottom here. We'll see how the market reacted to that. So overall, you see as soon as we went back down to the impulse itself, we'll see that we found some resistance at the 0.5 level. Nothing crazy over here. some resistance at 2.618 level, and yeah, we tried to push all the way to the top here. So overall, if that's the case, I think because it's extremely whippy, we just know that this thing yesterday actually went all the way to the top here. There's $17.75, and right now it's playing around. And Bitcoin's price action is definitely moving this, and there's a lot. This looks like a trader's coin. The fact that it's extremely volatile like this is telling you that there's a bunch of pump and dump going on. And yeah, so for the time being, until Bitcoin actually moves a bit more, predictable, this is extremely whippy. And yeah, man, I don't really have much to say about this, to be honest with you, but because it's too much going on, to be honest. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, it's super volatile. This thing just rips up. Yeah, I honestly don't have too much to say here, except if you liked it, buy the dip. Don't chase green candles. Chase red candles. Chase fear. Chase pullbacks. So if we can maybe just wrap up here on the Kusama parachain thing.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I wasn't able to find a direct source explaining the current live up-to-date state of the Rokoku testnet. And for those who don't know, for those just tuning in, if a project wants to get a parachain slot, they need to connect successfully to Rokoku. Rokoku is the testnet for the parachain slots. So one helpful resource that you guys can follow is Polkadot Parachain News on Twitter. They often post very helpful updates when it comes to the Polkadot ecosystem. So that's one thing you can look out for. Another thing here, I'm on the Kusama guide. Again, after this live stream, I'm going to try and find this exact website and share it with you guys. But these are some of the projects that I've connected to Rokoku, Darwinia, Plasm, Robonomics, Turbulence. So there's many others. So again, we'll keep you guys up to date with that. So that's all I have for you guys at the moment. Once I find
have a question for you.
The live feed, we'll share it with you guys. Yeah, go ahead.
So I see one of the questions asking, where can people buy Charlie 3, man?
Oh yeah. So first off, thank you, El Toro. Really appreciate that. So yeah, no, look, Charlie 3, a project I like. It's a wow, look at that. Ooh. It's it's an oracle on the Cardano ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I have my mind in 3 different places. So folks, whenever you want to know where to buy something, go to CoinGecko, go to CoinMarketCap, look up the project you like, scroll down, and it'll tell you where it's listed. So right now, it's telling us Uniswap is the only place Charlie 3 is listed. Let's go to CoinMarketCap. What happens if we go to CoinMarketCap? What does CoinMarketCap say? I find a few times CoinMarketCap will actually have a few more markets. So if we look up Charlie 3 here, what will it say? We'll look up Charlie 3, and it's not here. Doesn't pop up. So I guess CoinMarketCap doesn't really like Charlie 3. So yeah, seems like the only place it's listed at the moment is Uniswap.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. So there you go.
Yeah.
Thank you for the donation.
That's how you buy. And just one last thing I would add, folks, whenever you're trading on Uniswap, and you need to look up a contract address, always look up contract addresses from official sources. Don't just, if you're in some random Telegram group, don't just randomly copy, some contract address that people post unless it's from like the official group admin. Always go to CoinMarketCap here. It'll tell you the contract address. Copy it here because there will sometimes be fake versions of coins. So always get your contract addresses from official sources.
There we go.
That's all I would add. Yeah.
Just a bit of caution, I guess. So yeah. Appreciate it. What else for Kusama? Are you good with Kusama, or is there anything else?
Well, look, I can fanboy on Kusama all day long.
Oh, I know you would.
Any dip with Kusama, I mean, just buy the fucking dip. Not financial advice. Damn. Yeah, those are my thoughts of that. So, perfect. Hey, man, yeah, what do you want to take a look at here? There's so much to talk about, so much to look at here.
Yes, sir. No, I just want to go over the charts. I see a bunch of people talking about AER, which I have no clue what that is.
AER.
Yeah, AER will definitely 25x in the next week. Hop on and fly with us. I guess so. Thank you so much. Not going to buy, going with Cardano, Polka, and Kusama. Look, Vikas, just like I was saying, take the advice with a grain of salt still, and do your own research until you're comfortable enough. We bring these coins to shine some light on them and just show it to you, basically, right? But always look and do your own research so you can get comfortable, because trust me, it just takes a bit of logic to navigate this craziness, right? So always just a quick advice. I feel like a grandpa, man, but you know what I'm saying. Buy Shiba, That's what Derek's saying. Derek, kill it if you want. Let's get ADA, guys. Please, let's get to ADA. I guess people also still want to talk about Cardano here for a bit, man. So maybe we'll go. Ben, cover AE. All right, I guess we got to cover AER.
All right. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate that donation. So let's look up AER. What is AER?
I honestly have no clue, man. AER, is that the ticker? AER. Do you know which exchange is it on? Bank?
Arius? What is the question? What are you asking me?
What's the chart? AER. That's the chart they want us to take a look at. Let me see if I can find it. AER.
I think it's Arius. Let us know if this is the right one.
Because I see Ergo. I see Ergo, I guess. Ergo. AER. Yeah, that's what it is. But you guys are missing the Go. So is that what it is? Let me just switch here to my chart and ask the question.
AER. I think this is it. So one thing I'll say right off the bat is if that is indeed the chart, I don't like it. This is a very choppy, super. What is this? $231 market cap. What? That can't be right.
No, that's not what it is. So it's basically AER drop. Please.
AER.
All right, let's see, man. If
AER drop. Let's see. AER drop.
Where the hell do you find that, guys? Let me tell. Which exchange is it on?
Look, man. If we can't look it up, we can't chart it. Let's see here.
They applied 10 days ago. Project 11 days old. I think they're talking about airdrop on Poo Coin, Pancake Swap. Please, I need help. Hey, man. Let's try to find it out after this stream. And we appreciate the donation, but we currently just can't find it for some reason. Did you find anything on your end?
We'll give it a couple more. Look, no, I appreciate the donation, but look, if we look it up and we can't find it, there's nothing we can do.
Definitely. So no, appreciate the donation, but make sure join our Discord or just take a look, and we promise you that we'll bring it up. Ben, you're laughing, so I feel like you're kind of joking here, but I appreciate the donation still. Besides that, I think people want to take a quick look at Cardano. Just to recap, we got 290 people.
Let's take a look at Cardano.
Let's take a quick look at Cardano, man. What do you want? You want to start from your end? Do you have it pulled up?
Sure. Yeah, look, man, I'm looking to trade the Cardano ETH pairing here because look, Cardano does look very bullish. We've made new all-time highs. And it's amazing how well Cardano is holding up considering Bitcoin and Ethereum. But with that being said, looking at what's the most undervalued pairing here, because folks, a lot of us are used to trading US dollar pairings, but you can fully trade Cardano Bitcoin, you can trade Cardano Ethereum. There's lots of options out there, so you're not actually limited. No one's limited to just US dollar pair. And looking at the Cardano Ethereum pair, I think it's the most undervalued and perhaps the most ready to blow up, especially with Ethereum again being so overextended, needing a pullback and consolidation, and Cardano looking very strong. I think we could really start to make moves here, man. We're breaking up bullishly out of this channel here. We're above major volume, so I think if we can make a new higher high here above this region I'm about to highlight, this thing could really fly. And I'm definitely looking at this as a trade. If we get above this red resistance region here, this could really fly.
100%. And look, man, there's a lot, like we said before, keep on going on this. I guess that was the main title. I think that's what the market is currently looking at with Cardano, man. Cardano really held yesterday, and that's why it's so attractive so far. And I think, the time is coming. The time is coming. Looks like it's been moving sideways for quite some time, and no one thought that the $1.50 could be broken. Soon enough, here we broke above it, and even us were looking at Cardano and just saying like maybe this is not gonna. I was pretty surprised, and I think that's why you're having a bunch of news articles everywhere talking about Cardano and it being a just surviving the crypto crash that just happened. So we're looking at Cardano right now. If you're looking here, if we just literally looking at the charts specifically, we got two levels, just like Brendan was saying. The first $2.1, $2.2 region, and a bit of a more aggressive, that's for the short term, $2.5 for Cardano. But a lot of optimistic catalysts, obviously, with ADA. There's a bunch happening with smart contracts coming up, the ecosystem blowing up soon, I would say. And it has such a good audience that's been waiting for a while. A lot of developers have been waiting for a while, and I think there's going to be a really nice ecosystem for Cardano when things actually go well, man. But the biggest thing right now that everyone's talking about is the energy efficiency within the market. Cardano's, trying to tease not talking to Tesla, but I guess, they're just trying to say, hey, look, if you're looking for something energy efficient,
He's trying to slide in the DMs,
they're just
man.
trying to slide in the DM.
He's trying to slide in the DMs.
That's what it is. So
trying to see if you can get lucky.
Cardano Foundation today putting up this post. Hey, Tesla, look, we're founded by engineers. We're sustainable. We provide unique solutions. And most importantly, we're very scalable. And
we're proof of stake also, man.
Exactly, man. So Ethereum is migrating to that. Bitcoin is proof of work. A lot of energy, I guess, being spent, which is something that we can argue. But chart looks amazing. Fundamentals look amazing. This thing is going where, man? Besides, we talked about short term, $2.5 at $2.5. Where do you think Cardano can go?
Over the long term? All right, folks love this question, so I'm just going to give it to you guys straight. While, of course, I don't know this, and I'm personally scaling up based off time frames and kind of on chart indicators, I do think $5 to $10 this bull run for Cardano is pretty realistic in the playbook. Some people think Cardano could reach $50, $10, $100 this bull run. That's extremely unrealistic. So I don't want to, I don't mean to pop anyone's bubble, but I want to give you guys realistic price predictions. I think $5 to $10 by the end of this year for Cardano is, again, not a guarantee, but is realistic in my opinion.
So $5 to $10. Yeah, no, that makes sense, man. That does actually make sense. All this money just starts to leave Dogecoin and all these, meme coins. I'm pretty sure Cardano will definitely get a piece of the cake. So Ben, again, $5 donation. Thank you again. I'm learning a ton from both of you. You make sense. I hope you stay blasting content 100%, man. We like this. We like doing this a lot. And look, common sense ain't that common, man. Sometimes common sense is just not that common. It's something that we got. Deshaun keeps spamming with Ecomi, man. Do you want to take a look at Ecomi right now?
So yes, let's take a look at Ecomi, but it's Byra Copa had a super chat here to asking us to take a look at Harmony One. So first off, I really appreciate that. I have Harmony One pulled up, so we can take a look at that. Also, just to address Ben Frank here. Really appreciate the kind words, man. Look, if anyone has any questions on anything we're talking about, we're more than happy to explain anything, whether from technical indicators to fundamentals or understanding and our opinions on different projects. We're more than happy to expand on anything. So we really appreciate you guys being here. We love talking about this stuff. And if we can help, spread some love by sharing some knowledge, all the better. So I really appreciate that.
100%. And also, as well, talking about super chats, Crypto Badger out of nowhere came back with the nice $5, $4.99 complete. Buying $20,000 of Cardano tonight. See you in 2025. Listen, man, you're just spending money everywhere. I get it. You made a lot of money. I get it. But this guy's just...
He's flexing.
He is. He 100% is. Hey, man, look, you do whatever at the end of the day. Thank you for the donation. And look, man, Cardano it's looking pretty good. So we need to see how that plays out. So definitely we'll see you in 2025. I'll give you a call. I want a part of that gain you got, man. I'll buy some of that profit. I need that. So go ahead, man.
Harmony One. Let's talk about Harmony One. But before we do, I just want to wrap up and slap a bow on Cardano. Just the only thing I would add with Crypto Badger here is, look, man, it's great if you're a long-term holder, but I just want everyone to be aware that I do believe personally myself, my opinion is that cryptocurrency has historically moved in cycles. And in my opinion is that I think it's likelier than not that it will continue to move in cycles. Therefore, I think at some point near the end of this year, we'll begin to move into a bear market. So if you're planning to hold for long-term, just understand that I think we're probably going to enter a bear market and have 1 or 2 years of consolidation and correcting near the end of this year. So my plan is to sell out this year, stake stable coins, and then buy back into the market September, October 2022. So if you're looking to hold for long term, just I would only ask everyone to please consider incorporating the bull and bear markets into your long term holding strategy. That's the only thing.
So you're saying don't hold until like the next 25, 30 years? That was
I would just say that if you're looking to hold through the end of this year, I would hold with the understanding that it's completely possible that we could enter into a 1, 2, 3 year long bear market at the end of this year. I think that's 100% possible. And look, maybe you don't care. Then great. I do think 2025, 2026, we will have another bear market. But in between then, until 2025, until 2026, I think there will be a bear market in between, in the middle. So just understand that that's likely. And if you're comfortable holding through that, then great.
There we go.
So
man.
yeah,
That's
that's my
definitely
2 cents.
that's definitely pending Elon getting Dogecoin into Mars. So if that also happens, it's definitely gonna be a bear market, man. There's definitely a lot of money's gonna go there. So yeah, man. Let's go to One Harmony. I took a couple notes here.
I think maybe did you
Yeah.
mute yourself there, bud?
I did
If
not.
not here, I'll just keep going.
Can you
I
hear
don't.
me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay.
So Crypto Badger has another question. So we'll answer your question here, but let's talk about Harmony One. Just we have it pulled up. I think we should talk about it.
Yes.
All right. So bottom line is this thing looks very interesting potentially because we were forming this descending channel, which, and we broke out bullishly, which could have been a bull flag, but we're below the breakout point. We're looking weak. We're seeing a micro lower highs and lower lows. So we're a bit weak. We're not too strong here, although there's a few saving graces. Looking here at the daily, we found support previously on the 100 EMA on the daily. We're currently finding support there. And this candle here is potentially a reversal point. So what I'm thinking here, if we can get above this range that I'm about to highlight here, then I think we could probably see bullish continuation. So I want to see this thing flip 12.5 cents basically. We have a Fibonacci retracement level right above us acting as resistance, Fibonacci extension level, kind of 12.03 cents. We also have this nice spike in volume. So if we can get above this red box zone and hold above this area, hold above 12.5 cents, if and when we can do that, I think this thing in that case would be ready to start seeing moves to the upside. But we really need to see this thing start making higher highs and higher lows here, because we're seeing lower highs and lower lows in the short term. We need to see signs of a reversal if this thing has any hope to be short-term bullish.
Damn. There we go. I'll just share quickly my thoughts here as well.
Yep.
I agree. You said the 12, what again? $12, what? 12 cent and what exactly?
12.5 cents, because there's a bit of volume in that region. We also have a Fibonacci extension level, 236, right above us at 12.3 cents, really.
12 and 3 cent. Yeah, no, I see exactly what you mean. There's a bit of, so 11 cent, 12 cent exactly is where we're going to find a bit. So that's the thing then. If you actually zoom out a bit as well, I don't know if you agree or not, but I can clearly see, if we go literally to the weekly here, you'll see the weekly, we know where the impulse is, but if we're going down to the daily again, you'll see that we had a nice break above somewhere close to why do you even have this line over here, man? Sometimes I confuse myself. So clear impulse coming down back again for a bull flag, broke above the bull flag, and then Bitcoin happened. So right now I think the biggest thing that majority of traders were looking at, because when we're talking about pattern, guys, we're looking at people trading this, right? So the fundamentals drive this price action. It brings the investors in. But the movement, majority of the time, is controlled by traders and the news. So what we're looking at right now, a pattern where it's easily identifiable to be we rose into it. We're going down in a bull flag in a downward channel, and then typically speaking, as soon as we see a break above this range over here, we're supposed to go above, come back to retest. So this was the 12.5 cent, and then continue to go up. But then again, there was a lot of fear in the market, and that kind of slowed down the price action. So in terms of a price level for this thing to continue to go up, we'll take the height of this pull we have over here, take it at the presumed breakout, and then that would give us a profit level taking level that majority of traders will be looking at. And that looks like it would be somewhere close to 30 cents. So I think it's pretty clear where this pattern is. I think that we're supposed to come back down, continue to push up. Retracement happened because of whatever's going on with Bitcoin. I think this is still the zone that we would be taking we'd have to pay attention to and optimistically get to. So just like you're saying, man, I think we can clearly identify those ranges above us where we will find the resistance, and also it's pretty clear as well that the 13 cent, 13.1 cent was also an area here that you can tell that we tried to hover above it, but we couldn't break above it, and right away, when we couldn't break above it, boom, bearish sentiment. So I think as well, besides the 12.3 cent, the 13 cent, we need to see a break above, and we want to see it definitely holding above the at least the 10 cents. So that's pretty much it for Harmony.
Yeah, and so just a few things I could just add here is one thing in examining kind of the price structure here, I've drawn a Fibonacci retracement from the macro bottom to all-time highs, and we did fall back down to retest the 618, kind of this light blue dotted line here. So the 618 is typically where things like to retrace to and like to find their support. So if we can see buyers coming in and hold the 618, that's good. As long as the 618 holds that support, if we see buyers come in at the 618 at kind of 8-7 cents, then that tells me this could probably start seeing moves to the upside. Now, something we could also be forming here is more of a macro descending triangle. So we got to wait for the breakout point for that. If we are in a macro descending triangle, we could theoretically move sideways for the next 20 some odd days before breakout here. Yeah. But again, I think some of the things we need to look out for is we did find that support on the 100 EMA on the daily. So continuing to hold that is going to be key if we want to remain short-term bullish. And again, looking at this price structure, we did break out bullishly from our channel, but we're making macro lower highs, micro lower highs, micro lower lows. So we want to see signs of a trend reversal. We want to start seeing higher highs and higher lows in the short term, looking at the micro picture here. So once we start to see that, that's our cue that we can start to break up bullishly here. And I know you said 30 cents is a potential price target, and that lines up pretty perfectly with the Fibonacci extension. So I do think eventually kind of the optimistic scenario for this thing is about 29, 30 cents.
Yeah, no, definitely. I agree. We're looking at the chat here. I'm seeing other things. I think, so I took a couple notes. So we talked about Harmony. Let's talk about XLM. And yeah, a Comey as well, and then end the day for this live stream. We're pushing close to the hour and 20 minutes. We'll also read up through the chats. Do you want to pull up a Comey on your end if you got it?
Sure, we can. We have a super chat here. Do you want to address it?
Where?
So the Crypto Badger said, Cardano, it will go under $1 in the bear market, I think. So I think he's trying to ask, do we think Cardano will go under $1? And so I think the only thing I would have to say with that is, look, Cardano has next to no institutional backing. The thing about Bitcoin, Ethereum is that they have the institutions getting in. The institutions are strong hands. They'll hold through a bear market. And so because the institutions are in, maybe the bear market will be less than before. And look, there's arguments that crypto's matured in these. There won't be bull and bear cycles. There's arguments that we're going to enter a super cycle. And while all those are nice, interesting theoretical arguments that I think there's some evidence for, historically, crypto has always moved in cycles. So until we see crypto stop moving in cycles and actually go through a super cycle period, I think that there's much more strong evidence pointing towards the fact that we could continue to move in cycles because we have always historically moved in cycles. I think the question now is, to what extent have the cycles changed? I do think the cycles are going to become less volatile, but they're still going to be volatile. And look, Cardano, a lot of these other altcoins don't have the same institutional backing that Bitcoin and Ethereum have. So I think they're likely to drop harder than Bitcoin and Ethereum in the bear market. And I do think near the end of this year, 2022, 2023, and maybe even into 2024 will be the bear market. But come 2025, 2026, I think we're going to re-enter a new bull market. So just understand, if you're going to hold past the end of this year, be ready to hold for 2 to 3 years in a bear market. That's all I would say.
Definitely. One thing I would add to the whole, since you brought it up, I guess, this is always my theory when it comes to this thing. Just because there's catalysts outside of the cycle itself. We keep talking about cycles, and we always also bring it up. Obviously things do move in cycle, but I think as well 2017 had different catalysts than we got right now. Right now, the crypto market is more matured. It's attracting the institutions still, and I think just like we were talking about, let's say with those daily moving averages on the chart with Bitcoin. See, this is the perfect whatever chart you pulled up. That one as well. Let's just see how Bitcoin actually reacts to that cycle. It did react to it pretty good back then, but now does institutional backing affect that cycle? Does adoption or making an ETF for Bitcoin or accepting a Bitcoin ETF in the States and the US market maybe affect this cycle that we're looking at, or the presumed bear market that we're looking at? Does the fact that Doge right now, Elon's talking to Doge developers, try to use their blockchain to actually help with Tesla and all that? All these things right now. There's a lot more. There's more pieces to the chess game that we need to take into account. And yeah, I agree with you, man. The cycles are important. Let's just see what these new catalysts would add to the market. So that's I guess the nuance that we need to keep in mind here, guys. If tomorrow, look, what do you think? I don't think we actually brought this up. Maybe we should even talk about it more and more on live here to see what people also think. But let's like if we're in the bear market, for example, and we're looking at, I don't know, just giving random examples, Apple adopting Cardano for something, or Apple using whatever Matic for some sort of scaling, for whatever the case might be. Do we still think that that's gonna go down? I think
No, well,
I think yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I would just say, look, of course, if there's a giant bullish catalyst that's going to affect price action, bullet catalysts are always going to have an effect on price action, even the bear market. But to say, but to say that, the cycles won't play any role moving forward, I believe I don't believe there's enough evidence. I'm not convinced. And look, I'm a giant crypto bull. You guys know me if you've been watching this channel. I'm insanely bullish. All right, I'm very bullish on crypto long term. But I do believe crypto moves in cycles. And look, I think this is actually a very, very interesting point, because I think me and you actually do slightly differ on this point. I think you're more open-minded as to how crypto could more evolve due to the institutions and greater adoption, greater maturing with crypto. I think, and you let me know if I'm wrong here, but I think I lean towards more that, historically we've had 80-90% corrections with Bitcoin and Ethereum during the bear market. I think because the institutions are now in, maybe we only see a 40% correction or 50% correction or 60% correction. Maybe there's less volatility, but I think because we've always historically moved in these cycles, that to think that they're just going to completely go away due to a little bit of adoption, while is possible, I'm not entirely convinced, and I'm operating under the assumption that there will be a bear market, with the full understanding that it could be wrong, and that maybe any corrections moving forward are very slight. And look, you could be right that maybe there's so much adoption, including with these ETFs, in the market matures so much throughout the next year or two here, that the cycles are completely irrelevant. But I'm not convinced of that yet.
No, so that's what I'm saying. It's always a balance, right? It's never. That's what I'm saying. There are more pieces to the chess game we're playing right now. Obviously, the cycles will affect the fact that people look at the cycles. Just that the idea that just investors and people look at those cycles will definitely affect the market 100%. What I'm saying is there will be favorites, just like we're looking at today. Cardano, for some reason, is holding while the whole market's dumping. We got certain coins that as soon as Bitcoin starts to go down, certain coins that are pillars in the blockchain and the crypto system that are actually doing something continue to go up. So I think you're right. The cycles will definitely have an effect. I don't think that they would have an effect, which we do agree, me and you on. The fact that it will affect, maybe not as much because we do have adoption. My point is that there will be selected winners. There will be selected favorites. I don't think Matic is going to drop all of a sudden just because. I don't think if Cardano is getting adopted outside of the US market, I think that's going to catalyze a lot of investment in it. And especially where we're in a bear market, people want to hedge against that and mitigate that risk of loss. I think those selected, that's even going to add more. The fact that we're in a bear cycle, that's going to add to that more, it's going to add more money to those selected coins that are actually pillars. And we're going to start seeing winners that are pretty obvious. When Ethereum gets adopted more and more, and it's being used a lot, regardless of the cycle, I think it will, the whole market as a whole will be affected with the cycle, but these selected winners will definitely shine more. So I think me and you do agree on it, just like we always talk about it. Yeah. My point is that select the winners, make sure we know what the pillars are for the cryptocurrency world, and yeah, man, it's just a bit more catalyst. So something to keep in mind here.
And I do think this is interesting to talk about. We have a lot of questions here. We're going to get to those questions, but I think this is a very interesting point, and we can go on with this for quite a long time. But I think just to wrap up on my thoughts here is, look, there might be some outliers, but even in markets that are super developed, and like if we look at the stock market, there could be a company with the most solid fundamentals, but if the whole market's doing shit, that's going to have an impact on that stock.
Oh yeah.
So I think crypto might be the same. While Cardano or Ethereum might be getting a lot of adoption and might have insanely bullish catalysts during the bear market. And again, there might be these outliers that don't really respect the bear market. With that being said, I do think the bear market will place an influence on the majority of the market. And yes, you're right, man. I think there will be outliers. I think there will be projects and coins that don't respect the cycles and that continue to pump certain times. But I just I think we agree on most stuff. But just to kind of wrap up with my thoughts, I do think that the cycles in the bear market will have an impact on the majority of the market moving forward. So those are my thoughts.
I agree.
So
guys, I mean, if you guys were not here, this will probably end up in a 2-hour, 3-hour conversation here on the call. So there's a lot for us to actually go on this. I think we got a couple super chats here as well, man. Hey guys,
we got a few,
we got please chat EWT. Elon's looking for a crypto with less power consumption. Energy Web token deals with renewable energy. Stake in third quarter 2021 related to DOT. Could be. I don't know what Elon's thinking. I know he's already, I guess, talking to Dogecoin developers. So I think he already has a favorite with a lot of, I guess, liquidity in the market. So thank you for the donation, but I really can't say what Elon's next move is gonna be like. Because this guy is definitely, moving in his own ways.
Yeah, he kind of he paddles his own boat down the river. I'm gonna start making up my own sayings.
So, I like that.
But we can take a look at EWT. EWT is a coin we can take a look at if you don't mind.
Yes.
I'm pulling up Ramp here on my end. And again, folks, thank you everyone for being here. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you very much for all your questions. As long as you guys got questions, we're gonna keep answering them. We love doing this. So a few more questions here while we're pulling up our charts. So Ryan Milan says, again, thank you for the $5 super chat. The major bull markets are always because of the Bitcoin halvings. Yes, I agree. Every 4 years, the next halving is in 2024. So I will rebuy in 2023 and hold some stuff. Yeah, no, look, I agree. Just to briefly finish off on that topic here, I think I have the chart pulled up somewhere. I have a lot of tabs here open. But yeah, right here, look. So from the top of the previous cycles to the bottom of the bear market has been about a year. So my plan is to sell out September, October, and buy back into the market September, October 2022. So I plan on waiting roughly a year, staking stable coins, earning yield on things like Celsius, things like Anchor Protocol, and then again, buy back in the market in the bear market. And folks, stay around in crypto. Stay tuned to this channel. We're not going anywhere. People are going to make money in this bull run, but millionaires will be made, multimillionaires will be made in the bear market. Bear market. You want to hope for a bear market. I hope we get a bear market so I can buy the shit out of the dip we hopefully get and hold it for years. Folks, stay tuned to this channel. Stay with crypto. Millionaires will be made in the bear market, multi-millionaires.
Definitely. Yeah. So how about this? Let's go through the chart you had built up with Ramp. We also got what's it called here? We also got Ecomi. We'll wrap it up with Ecomi and call it a night. I guess if there's anything else we got.
Well, we have EWT, but you're kind of neglecting the Nugan here, man.
Please chat EWT. Please chat Elon's looking. Yeah, so let's also look at EWT. So EWT, Ramp as well. Ecomi.
Yeah, I got Ramp here, and also BidMoon. Thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate that. Good
sir.
Stuff. Thank you very much. So I'll start pulling up Ramp here if you want to take EWT.
Yeah.
All right. So what screen are you on right now?
Yours.
Okay, you're on my screen. Okay, so a few things here. First thing I love doing is busting out the Fibonacci retracement. All right. So the 618 again is typically where things like to retrace to after major impulses. So we actually have retraced the 618 and held it as support, which also perfectly coincides with historical sideways price action. Look at this. We fell back down and held above these previous peaks. That's actually very, very good to see. So I actually like this on multiple fronts. One thing to keep in mind, whenever we've had large impulses and we're having a correction phase, we typically have what's called a dead cat bounce or a relief rally, where what happens is we have our first leg down and then a relief rally in the middle, and then a second sell-off. And it's only after that second sell-off can things typically start to recover. So the fact that we've held support on the 618, the fact that we're now having our second sell-off, if we can continue to hold above 40 cents, if buyers come in at 40 cents, rent could really start to take off. But 40 cents needs to hold. If 40 cents doesn't hold, this thing is no longer short-term bullish, regardless of the fundamentals, just purely based off technicals. If buyers continue to come in at 40 cents, if that holds, I think this thing could really take off because I can already draw a descending triangle here. Definitely. And feel free to jump in if you have something to say here. If not, I'll kind of.
No, I think we're good. Definitely trust what you got. Do you have anything else to say on it? I was gonna jump to Ecomi.
All I would say is this is a bit of a descending triangle. If we break up bullishly, we take our height of our descending triangle, move it to the breakout point, and depending where we break out, I think we could retest all-time highs.
Definitely, sir. So let's see what we got here. I'm trying to find where Ecomi is. Looks like it is up $651 trillion, which is yeah. I'll show you. I don't even know what this is. Check this out.
650 trillion?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It's up.
Obviously it's a glitch, but I don't even know what the heck is going on here.
Where are you seeing this?
This right here.
Let me see it.
Can you see my screen? Am I looking at something stupid here?
Probably.
I mean, that's what I see here, man.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's quite a lot. I think that's what one would describe as parabolic.
Oh, that's if there's anything, this is the definition of parabolic. But obviously, this is a glitch in the system here. So yeah, OMI is the thing. So I just, where is it at?
Yeah, if you look up OMI here on TradingView, you should be able to find it.
Let's see.
Yeah.
OMI, Bitcoin.
Yeah, this is a popular NFT. Ecomi. Yeah, no, I know this thing. I don't know why we're having such a tough time charting it here. Maybe if we look up ChartX Pro, we can look it up here.
It's probably there.
But we didn't have Ecomi as a request.
It was actually. A lot of people have been asking for it, yeah.
Okay, let's take a look.
So you said it already. You said we're going to do it. You know what? We got you.
Okay, all right. Only. Yeah, I'm having a tough time finding this.
Me too, bro.
Yeah, I think I don't think this is it.
I think I got it.
You think you got it? All right, perfect. Let's take a look.
Forget it. Not really. Yeah, I can't find it, man. I cannot find it for the life of me here.
All right, folks. Yeah, sorry about that. Look, if we can't find it, there's not a whole lot we can do. So yeah, those are my thoughts with that. So maybe we can start taking a look at EWT, Energy Web Token.
Let's do that. Yeah.
Pulling that up on your end there.
Yes.
Let me look. Let me see what I can do here on my end. So EWT. I don't like this. This chart doesn't look correct because EWT has been around for a while. So I hate it when TradingView does not carry the correct coins.
So I have the one here pulled up from Kraken. Is that the same thing you got?
I have Qcoin, but Kraken should be fine.
Perfect. So
actually,
yeah,
I don't know, man. It's just look at your chart, look at mine. It looks completely different. See, I don't think Kraken has all of the recent price action.
It definitely doesn't.
Yeah, I think Qcoin's where it's at.
Okay, right. So let's start with yours, and I'll pull it up on my end. It's on your screen.
Yeah. So look, I don't know a whole lot about Energy Web Token. I believe they're trying to be like a marketplace for energy, where different companies can trade energy. Again, forgive me if I'm butchering what Energy Web Token is about. I only know about it kind of tangentially. I need to learn more about it. But just right off the bat here, a few things. We're above the VP Vera point of control. We're above volume. Good to see. Drawing a Fibonacci extension. We're above the 236. Good to see. So look, this is looking somewhat strong here.
Definitely.
Let me draw a fib retracement. I'm curious as to where it retraced to. But look, what are your first impressions here? While I draw
I think it's pretty good right now. It's been ever since what do we have here? Since August 2020, we topped at the $14. We spent this whole time back down until beginning of the year here, January. End of January, we start picking up, trying to hit those all-time highs. I think form some sort of a cup and handle formation. And if we take the base of this cup and handle, so some from the top there, all the way to the bottom here, and we'll project it at the presumed, breakout that we had. It took us exactly the length of the base, so it looks like we are respecting the pattern. Took us exactly to $23.45 region, and we've just been retracing ever since. So I think something else that this might be doing is maybe some sort of, we can clearly identify another lower high. I think it's pretty evident that the support at the $12-13 region is somewhere here where we touched it a couple times, which overall is not a good thing, right? It's not a good thing when we touch a support line that many times, but you can see that buyers will definitely come in when the price gets back to the $12. But then again, we are above the above this range over here, the 15.6, which was pretty reactive in terms of the VPVR, so that's pretty good. We're above the hard part, and yeah, we just need to see some sort of break above this. Now, do I think it will break below it? Not above it, sorry, not yet. You'll see here yesterday really tried to go all the way to the $22.9 and actually got retraced pretty quick in terms of that. So you can see that buyers are waiting on some sort of movement. I think the $17.5 was that. As soon as we peaked above it, we really pushed back up, trying to retrace to these higher to these all-time highs before. So right now, I know where the support is. I want to maintain the $13.5. We clearly got rejected, heavy rejection yesterday. But this is just telling you that as soon as this thing does a good movement to the upside, buyers are in the market. I'm interested to see, though, on your end, what did you get from your Fib retracements? Was there anything specific to look at, or?
In terms of Fib retracements,
Fib extensions.
Fib extensions. A few things here. So I'm able to draw kind of this wedge / ascending triangle, although it's not super clear. The only thing I would kind of add, if we want to see this thing continue to really explode, if we want to see price discovery, we need to get above $19-20. We have the 236, the 382 Fibonacci retracement and extensions right above us at $19. We have a historically price reactive level here at $19-20. So if this thing can get above and hold $19-20, I think entering price discovery is very realistic. And once we make new all-time highs, I think our next impulse can take us to maybe $27.
Yeah, no, I agree. So I think it's pretty reactive to what you had drawn there. So that's pretty good. I like it when that it's pretty concise and looks like it's going there. It just gives you a bit more confidence in the Fibonacci extension, so it's pretty good to see. What else we got here? We promised a couple, or actually, we did a Komi, we did Ramp, we did EWT. Oh damn, man, we went through everything besides XLM. I think XLM, a lot of people were actually still looking at it, so maybe we'll take a quick look at that. Do you have anything else to say on the EWT chart?
The only thing I would say is for us to remain short-term bullish, we want to remain above $15.60 to $16. We have Fib levels right there. And that's the VPVR point of control. So if this thing can hold $15.60 to $16, this thing will remain short-term bullish.
There we go. So XLM, maybe. So we are going to see XLM up, XLM down, stellar on Binance, which for some reason I can't. So right here, XLM. Perfect. So this is what we got so far in terms of XLM. It's pretty clear as well where the resistance is, somewhere this way. And go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just going to say this thing looks like a cup and handle to me.
A cup and handle.
Yes, sir. Cup and handle. Do you see my screen?
Let's see here. This is on the what?
Kraken.
Okay.
Kraken shirt. So, I mean, this is a bit rough and, maybe not. This is a rough cup and handle. But look, major cup, all right? And then our handle right here, and we broke out bullishly. So, what we do when gauging price targets for a cup and handle, we could draw this slightly different. We could draw smaller cup and handles. These consolidation formations could be argued to be a cup and handle. But let's kind of take the optimistic scenario here. So, we take the height of our cup to the bottom of our cup, move it to the breakout point. I mean, could this thing go for anywhere from 85 cents to about $1? I think something like that's realistic.
Yeah, no, definitely. I see the cup and handle you're talking about. Maybe mine was a bit, just took the very, very extremities of it. So if you can see my screen here, let me know if you agree or not. But it looks like, it could be some sort of a megaphone as well formation. We don't want to
Ascending, broadening.
whatever that is. So I like to see where, it's pretty clear where the buyers and sellers are coming in. So I can easily connect this to this and see where that, I can see that the buyers are coming in at this rate over here. A good 1, 2, 3 data points. We know now resistance would be somewhere there. It looks like it is pushing up. So I think mainly what can happen is, because traders would definitely be looking at 1, 2, 3 resistance. We extend that a bit, try to see just a really high, just an approximate resistance zone that we could be looking at. And it looks like it is trying to push at the moment, man. Even if we maybe look at the 12-hour, we'll see that it's been actually trying to push up. Overall, even with Bitcoin's drop, this thing kind of, tried to find that support, which is pretty good. It is, MACD is showing as those signs of, just selling is in control. Sellers are currently in control. RSI showing those bearish divergence signs where the neutral, so not much is going on. But I think, look, if this continues to maintain, this is pretty clear over here that even if we draw some sort of a horizontal line just to show where that support could be at, looks like the support was at the 60-cent region. We've been trying to jab across it. You can see here a nice ceiling where as soon as we broke above it, we actually tried to push right away to the top of this. But overall, if it continues to actually push up, I think the biggest psychological number for us would be the dollar for this. So something to keep in mind. We're trying to find the support right now at the 60 cent. Let's see how that holds. Maybe by tomorrow, we'll take another look at it and see where it's standing. But man, it's been steadily going up. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, so here's what I would add, folks. Before we wrap up this live stream, I'm gonna mention you guys. Before we wrap, I want to bring up what I'm buying for kind of our 1K to 10K challenge. So folks, hit that like button. We're gonna share with you guys some high probability setups before we finish up here. But ultimately, what I would want to say is we want to remain above 63 cents. If we don't remain above 63 cents, I think retesting 50 cents becomes likely, which is a previous all-time high. So if we could fall back down and hold that, that's bullish. That's good. What I want to see. So, if you're cool, maybe I'll just bring up the project I'm looking to buy on this dip.
Let's do it.
So I'm looking to buy audio here. So I bought Audius at $1.55. I'll let our VIP Discord members know I was buying there. Folks, if you want to become a VIP Discord member, you get access through our Patreon. Link for that is down in the description below. This thing is very bullish. We got them in at $1.55. I bought more at $1.75 personally myself, and for our 1 to 10K challenge, I used the aMillionortheMoon funds to also buy more Audius at $1.80 for a swing trade. For those who don't know, Audius is Spotify on the blockchain. This thing looks very interesting to me. If once we get above $1.90, specifically $2, I think this thing is ready to absolutely explode. But really, I think kind of the main takeaway is I think we're forming a bit of a macro descending triangle here. I think we have max 2 weeks before we break out. I think we're likely than not to break out within the week, to be honest. So once we get above $2, hold $2, if we break out bullishly, this thing could really start to explode and make moves to the upside. But let's say we break down at the end of the day, then I'm stuck holding a project that I believe in long term, and I think I solid fundamentals. So Audius must have on your radar.
Definitely. So yeah. I guess we're talking about the challenge we got, and that's that what it is, and what we're mainly taking a look at, or is it more what?
If you'd like, man, we have been live streaming for quite a bit here. You let me know if you want to wrap up.
No, I think it's pretty. We can lightly go over it. I'm not gonna go over the chart itself, but overall, I would say besides, so Audius was one of your picks for the challenge. Is that what you're saying?
I bought into Audius at $1.80, so I'm actually
there we go. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. This guy's on fire right now, guys. So he's definitely taking a lot of swing trades, and I am as well. Not fully yet in terms of decided, but one of the things that would actually even brought up to us yesterday was BZX protocol on Binance. I think it's at a good spot right now. It's pretty clear where the resistance support is. I think as soon as I start seeing it actually, because yesterday I was saying, hey, look, I'm looking for some sort of range for me to identify, and it looks like, it is forming that, so that's pretty good. So by tomorrow morning, I'll see a break. I already set my alarms here close to the as soon as it starts breaking above the 73 cent, I'm definitely looking for an entry. So I'll see how that plays out. That's definitely one of my top picks. CRV was also, but I don't know. It's still somewhere in the middle. I will take a bit of a break on that. Nano, hell no. Toko is still one of the picks I'm looking at right now, and I'm still looking for some sort of an entry as a confirmation. So I think it's pretty clear how that's playing out with Toko. Nice support here, somewhere close to the 56 cent. But if I zoom out, man, I think this one has a lot of potential for a lot of gains, specifically back up to the 17 cent. Right now, we're looking at the 5 cents. So definitely one of my picks as well for the next, I would say, a couple of weeks to take a look at, So we'll see what Bitcoin does.
Yeah, sure. So folks, we can keep looking here at different products. We're looking at for a kind of 1K to 10K challenge. One product that I'm interested in as a swing trade. I'm somewhat dubious about the fundamentals, but as a trade, I'm looking at Reef here. So Reef is sitting above the VPVR point of control. We recently had daily candles close above the previous daily candle close all-time highs. So, we're seeing signs that Reef is flirting with bullish momentum here. We're seeing macro higher lows, and we keep retesting the same region. So what happens when we keep testing one region? The more we test the region, the same region, the likely we are to break through. So we're seeing higher lows, and we keep testing the same region, and we're seeing some bullishness come in. So given that we're sitting above volume right now, I would personally buy in now, put a stop loss below our volume, and potentially take profits anywhere from 21 to about 40%, I would say, with this thing. So that's what I'm looking at in terms of a swing trade here, although I am currently in Audius at the moment here. So, what do you want to take a look here, man? Is there anything you find interesting? One thing I did, and you let me know if this is worthwhile to you doing right now, is look, I took a look at CoinGecko. I went through every single page of CoinGecko. I selected for what was down the most. Tried to find something I like, the solid fundamentals, and whatever was down the most, add to the watch list. And then that's how I'm looking for longs here. I'm trying to find what's good, what's down, so I can enter a long.
Definitely, no, that's the way I go about it as well. Overall, I think we, doing even those live streams every day are definitely bringing a bunch of stuff to our attention. There's so many good entries in the market, guys, that sometimes you just like to pick a couple, focus on them for the most part and see how they play out. And then again, just like Brendan is doing as well, pick whatever's been, dipping the most at the bottom and try to find some sort of a reversal, whatever looks like it is over sold in the market currently, and you can clearly identify those all-time highs for. It looks pretty far away from it, over sold for sure. Definitely in the market right now, we're going down. It's pretty. There's definitely a lot of options, but those were my top 3 or 4 that I was focusing on. Probably by tomorrow as well, man. There's a bunch of things that will come up, but yeah, man. No, that's pretty much it for me in terms of those picks.
Okay, cool, man. Yeah, so I think we're probably ready to start wrapping up here.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have a lot of picks to delve into, but I think it's probably ready to wrap up here. We've been going for quite a while, folks. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Do not forget to stay up to date with the live streams. We're gonna be updating you guys with the latest, greatest in cryptocurrency news and analysis, and also, excuse me, just one update in terms of our challenge. I said on our previous live stream that we're doing 1K to 10K. Whoever wins, whoever 10x's $500 first, we'll give $1,000 to the other person. So we're amending that. So if we're successful in our 1 to 10K challenge, we'll be donating $1,000 to charity. And the winner will decide what charity we donate $1,000 to. So we also got a few more things in the pipeline, some potential giveaways that we're going to be doing, but we're still hashing out the details. So stay tuned to these live streams because we're going to be, potentially bringing you guys some giveaways maybe in the near future once we hash out some details. So make sure you stay tuned to that.
Sir. No, 100%. Definitely very exciting, very interesting to see how it plays out. Again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for all the super chats, all the comments, and just listening to us, I guess. Just discuss a bunch of random stuff every now and then. So appreciate you guys. Thank you for being a part of this again. Excited for this challenge. I'm definitely going to be Brendan. So just make sure you stay tuned in this. And yeah, anything else you got from your end, man?
That's it for me. Folks, thank you so much for watching. Until next time.
Great night.
Take care.